I know I start all my videos by saying that it's been a while, and because it's always true, I always record something and then it goes ages before I build up the courage to do another one. And I feel like I just get so many ideas and thoughts in my head that I care about so passionately, but I never find it in me to just keep at it and keep speaking about it and using my voice to talk about the things that I find important. And for some reason I've just been very emotional, and not negative emotions, but just many emotions arising, just loads of emotions. And I was listening to a podcast on my walk today, as I usually do, but for so long I've just been focusing on a load of nutrition stuff, and obviously nutrition is important, and I use it to reaffirm and reinforce the knowledge that I already have, just to build up my confidence in that aspect as well. But today it was a more up close and personal and emotional, talking about things that were once and still is very important to me, but just nothing that I've really been able to discuss or think about very much. So here I am. Now, I think something that I am definitely realizing more and more every time it happens, I feel like I'm in this like cycle with my body image and the way it affects me. I get to a good place and it lasts for a very brief amount of time. I feel confident, I do things, I feel positive, and then it just kind of hits me over time. I know that's quite contradictory, hits me, it's quite instant, but I don't know really how to describe it. It kind of dies down and then all of a sudden you're wrapped up in this, in your own head and this own little bubble of thinking that you're just not good enough and you want to not be in the body that you're in. And I know that sounds really dramatic, but I don't really know how to put it. I just know that if I was given a choice to swap my body, then I would immediately. And I don't think having that mindset is a healthy one to have at all, because like, why do we feel like our bodies aren't good enough, and why should we have to change it or need to change it if we were given the choice? Like, you wouldn't change your friend, you wouldn't change your mum's body if, I don't know, it's just, you know, there's so many other aspects to life that have a much greater significance, but we focus so much on our bodies, and it really affects me. And I've noticed that a lot. I haven't been feeling very comfortable in my own body, in my own skin, and that comes with my body still changing and gaining weight, and me not, and I just feel a lot of shame around that, and I don't want to let it happen. And I'm very confused because the more weight I gain, the more I just feel inadequate and just not myself, even though I'm basically holding on to a version of myself that wasn't really me either. I had to do many unhealthy things to get to a version of myself that I was happy with in terms of my size. Well, even then I wasn't really, because no matter how small I got, I still wanted to get smaller, which is just another thing to remind you that it's not your body that's the problem, it's how you perceive your body. And I'm trying to, I know that body positivity to me right now is, I don't know if it will ever be a thing that in my hands that I can reach, and that's important for everyone, especially if you're in a very bad place with your body and body image, that body positivity doesn't have to be the next goal, and just focusing on acceptance and accepting what you see in the mirror and accepting the body that you are in, and giving yourself a bit of compassion rather than trying to tell yourself that you love yourself and you love the way you look and you love your appearance, because that's such a drastic change, especially, as I said, if you're in this negative space and relationship with your body right now. I don't really know where this video is going. It's just a load of things that I don't know. I just want to speak, I guess. I'm just trying to make sense of my own head and my own emotions right now, because there is no benefit to me just letting it sit in my head and affect my day-to-day. I might as well speak about them and help other people, because it's so hard to navigate alone. And like me listening to podcasts, for example, helped build the courage to just speak about it, because I know how that had affected me. So if I know the effect and impact that listening to these kind of conversations can have on me, then I know that speaking about my own experience and speaking on video to hopefully however many people will see, even if it's only one person, can have the same positive effect. And maybe if it's not making you feel any better, at least you're getting some awareness and maybe learning about your own feelings and emotions and why you're feeling certain ways, and the next thing that you can focus on, rather than looking at things that only make you spiral down deeper into this negative self-talk and not accepting and just still wanting to change your body, rather than focusing on how you can change your own thoughts to get on with life. Because as I said, your body is not what you should be focusing most on. Your whole day shouldn't be dominated by this feeling of uncomfort and wanting to change and doing exercise only to change the way you look, and making your meals and your food decisions based on the way you want to look, and doing your food shops, for example, and only thinking about what you can and cannot buy because of your current body and the way you feel about your body. So even though it's just body image, I think we forget that body image can affect so much of your life. It can affect your confidence. And then for me as well, I've been finding that my body image and then my confidence is then affecting my fashion choices, for example. Like, I'm struggling to wear anything but leggings or joggers and a jumper and an oversized top, because I'm struggling to see my own skin, and I'm struggling to see my body where my stomach, or I don't know, where I'm just a bit more on show. And then things like this, obviously we're in restrictions right now in the pandemic and lockdown, but I know that my confidence will then affect my social interactions and how I speak to people and how I think that other people perceive me, not in terms of my look, but just in terms of my advocacy. Not advocacy, but I don't know, how they perceive me and what they think about me as a person, and like whether they like me and things like this. So, and yeah, just like your Tesco shop becomes so much more than just a food shop of the things that you buy and want to buy because you like eating them. It becomes, am I allowed to have that, or let's not, because I know that, I don't know, oh, it's higher in calories and I shouldn't really be eating it, or what are there better choices that I can be making, because I should be making better choices, instead of just being a bit more intuitive and just letting yourself have what you like, obviously in a balanced manner. But if you're not letting yourself have any of these things that you want to have, then you come to a place where you are restricting, and we know that dietary restraint is a predictor of binge eating, and not necessarily just binge eating, but disordered eating habits. So yeah, it's not just body image and you have to deal with it. It's body image that then affects every aspect of your life, and I think not many people realise that, or don't realise, it's just not realised, and it's not recognised the effect that it can have on someone's life. I think that's the end of my ramble, because I have been going on for quite a while, but I do hope that I stick to this, and maybe you guys can let me know. That was the door and I've been speaking. If you guys let me know the things that you want to speak about and the things that are important to you and the things that you're dealing with, because then I can explore what's important to you as well as just what's going on in my own life and my own head. So thank you for watching. If you have been watching this whole time, in me and my spot on my chin, say goodbye.